Hi friends, I just wanted to take a minute. I just watched a testimony from Tim Ballard about a scripture that saved his life, which I'm going to share in the comments. But it reminded me of a similar story that I had. My life was not in any kind of danger, maybe perceived danger. So our experience was not the same, but our experience with the Book of Mormon was the same. Our experience with the Spirit was the same. My experience happened, there was a classmate of my children's who had died suddenly, and there was a funeral for him, and it was at a church that is very much teaching and preaching anti-Mormon doctrine. And in fact, the pastor of this church is an ex-Mormon himself. And so usually there's friendships really are not allowed with Mormons. And I was feeling a little uneasy about going. I did not want to be accused of or thought of as wrecking a funeral, being somewhere I wasn't welcome. And this was all perceived anxiety, I'm sure, but not necessarily, considering some real life encounters with some people. Not personally to myself recently, but in the past. And so I had this thought while I was getting ready. Before I walked out the door, I just needed to desperately hold a copy of the Book of Mormon. And I have lots of these little copies of the Book of Mormon. This particular one, I marked everything that had to do with pride in it. And I just needed to hold it. And I immediately was filled with a sense of peace and protection. That's what the Spirit of God does for us. And that's the power of this book. I did not have a scripture come to my mind that I can recall. If I did, it didn't mean as much to me as actually holding this book itself. And then I actually felt the need to put it in my purse and take it with me as if it were some kind of shield. Like I said, there was no sign bouncing off of my body that said, hey, a Mormon has entered the building, other than people knowing us. And so it was really kind of silly, but I really felt the need to have this kind of protection with me. And I took it in my purse, and I even thought, okay, this is a little silly. Like, what are you doing? But it really brought me peace and protection into my life in a way that, my scriptures are solely on my iPad. And oftentimes you'll see me holding it to my heart because I know what's in here. It's not electronics that I love. It is my scriptures, all of my insight, like the vast library I have in here is sacred to me, and I hold it close to my heart. And so there is definite power in this book just by holding it, looking at it, and then definitely in reading those scriptures. I have found so many times in my life the Lord has talked to me through scriptures, but just holding the book is sometimes all you need. Is enough to give you the peace, safety, and protection in your life, because it doesn't matter what circumstances are around you. You could be in a war zone. You could be in the middle of dangerous men who want to take your life. And you don't need to fear. We can have assurances in the promises that the Lord has given to us. It doesn't matter the outcome because we know where we're going and we know the plan. And we can have peace amid the chaos. And that is powerful. And this book can bring that peace. And so if you haven't held one or felt its peace, get to know it. And take notice in your life. What things bring you peace and what things make you fear. And I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.